Hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and today we're going to do a character spotlight for you. We're going to take a look at Phantom Ace. We're going to take a look at his stats, some of the inspiration for the character, and we're also going to go back and look at his history, his backstory, and reveal some of his secrets. Oh yes. You know what? Before we go too much further though, will you take a moment and click the like and the share and the subscribe button for us? All right, now let's take a look at this character. This character was created back in 2010 is when this character was created. Really at the beginning of our playtesting. Although the miniature wasn't sculpted until 2013, 2014, somewhere in there. This was one of our original characters that we wanted to design. It's based a lot of the inspiration for this character comes from those aviator heroes that were so popular during the 20s and 30s. You had a lot of them out there. You got, of course, a big pulp hero was G8 and his Battle Aces. That's a cool one. That's a cool inspiration for it. This figure was sculpted by Andrew Ray in Scotland. Very beautiful figure. Andrew did most of our early figures for us. Just an outstanding job that he did, putting kind of taking our drawings and our ideas and putting them together in a character that looked really cool. So big thank you to him for the work that he did on these. Really, really good. So in addition to G8, you have a lot of other characters that inspired Phantom Ace. You have, Captain Midnight is one of them, Tailspin Tommy, Ace Drummond. These are all, aviation heroes in serials or in the pulps or in comic strips in the 20s and 30s. You have an old serial called Mystery Squadron. That was a lot of fun too. And another serial that really inspired Phantom Ace was called Phantom of the Air. Had Tom Tyler in it, and that one definitely played a role in kind of developing the backstory of Phantom Ace. Let's take a look at some of the cards here for his league. He's got Company of Heroes and Network of Supporters. You flip that over and you see the Phantom 45s. Very cool. If you want to spend a couple of your resource points, you can pick that up. Now here's the card, the Phantom Ace card. This is updated for 2nd edition. He's got the veteran ability. He's got fierce and he's got marksman. About as simple of a design as you could come up with for a character. And I wanted specifically not to include a lot of complicated stuff on there. So probably one of my favorite characters. But on the back of it, if you want to make up your own version, you can do that as well. It's blank on the back, so you can do something that you'd like to do on the back of the character. Now, you have the Phantom Agents card here that has a cool little photo of the 4 of them together. And then on the flip side, it gives you the basic roster for the Phantom Agents. Phantom Ace, the Network of Supporters, the Company of Heroes, Rutherford, Roswell, and Gage. And they are members of IRES. It's a secret society. Shh. Let's see. You have a lot of the different characters here. You can see the character cards there. But what I want to really do next probably is to talk a little bit about Phantom Ace's backstory, his history. And to do that, I want to go all the way back and take a look at Dear Mother Ace. Phantom Ace's real name is actually Frank, and his mother was a U.S. diplomat who was assigned to Korea in 1898. Now, that's where she met Frank's father, and that's where they got married, and eventually Frank was born right there in Seoul, Korea in 1900. This was a time of a lot of turmoil in Asia, a lot of pressure coming from Imperial Japan, And eventually, by 1910, Frank's mother and father are both assassinated by members of the Imperial junior officers in the Imperial Army. So that was a bad time for him. Chances are Frank would have also have been murdered if it wasn't for his tutor, his Chinese tutor, Miss May, helped him escape out of Seoul, and then she led him across Korea, across the Korean frontier, and into northern China to escape the troops that were trying to pursue them. Very, very cool. Now, once they get into China, they run into some Chinese bandits. They are captured and they are taken before the local warlord, General Hu. General Hu. Now, this was an opportunity for Frank to kind of prove himself. There he was in front of General Hu, and the general decided, you know what, the fiery spirit of this young man. He takes Frank and Miss May into his family, and spends the next several years, Frank basically as General Hu's adopted son. General Hu teaches him the ways of war. He teaches him marksman and martial arts and tactics. And Frank, even General Hu's troops capture a old aircraft, and Frank teaches himself how to fly it. So that was his first attempt at flying. Now, by about 1914, Frank's uncle back in America finally tracks him down and makes arrangements for him to come back to America. It was a sad time. He kind of wasn't sure if he was going to go. Eventually, he decides to go back to America. But it was not a happy homecoming. Once he got back into America and he was away from the general and Miss May, it wasn't a happy time for him. He caused a lot of problems. The uncle had a hard time dealing with him, put him into a boarding school, a lot of frictions, a lot of fights. He just didn't fit into what they wanted to call Pennsylvania's polite society. And by 1916, Frank runs off and he jumps on a steamer for Europe, and he runs off and he joins the Escadrille Americaine. Now, that's where he meets Rutherford. He had to use forged documents and a fake name to join. He was only 16 years old at the time. He meets Rutherford, who then becomes his lifelong friend, and they fly together throughout the Great War. And then after the Great War, they stick together. They fly through the Mediterranean, into Africa, into the Middle East. They go over into Asia, basically as pilots for hire, sometimes mercenaries, and eventually by 1925, they finally make it back to the U.S., and there Frank is offered a commission as a U.S. Customs agent, and he's assigned to a remote airfield in the middle of nowhere in southeast New Mexico. And that's where the real adventure begins. So that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoy these backstories. Let us know if you're enjoying them. Make sure you click that like and the share and the subscribe button, and let us know if you want to see more of these, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.